Welcome back to your hour. Joining me now is Jamie Whitfield, who is, among other things, she's my assistant, but she also is in recovery. And she takes her recovery very seriously, which I think that you probably have, if you've watched any of her segments at all, you will realize that. But recovery is an ongoing process. It's not something that you can just wake up one day and say, "Well, I'm done with that."
No. No, it's ongoing, and it'll forever be something that I'll have to have that dedication and motivation to pursue every day. It's about just working, steps and working within yourself to uncover and fill the voids, like I've shared before, the things that are, we have a tendency of stuffing our problems, and so then we allow that to be an excuse to use. And so we just have to rediscover who we are, and then start taking them problems and just chipping away with them, or peeling them away like an onion, and just doing away with them layers.
So what that means to me is that every day you're going to encounter triggers, things that make you that would ordinarily make you want to use or would inspire you to use.
Yes.
Can you kind of fill in for our audience a little bit about what some of those triggers are and how to counteract them?
Well, for me, and just, I'm just going to speak for me. They tell us when we, get into treatment and stuff, that we have to change the old people, places, and things,
Right.
that we're used to hanging out with, or, being around or doing. We have to find something different to do,
Yeah.
because when you expose yourself to them old people, places, and things, it brings up some,
Yeah.
behaviors in yourself or memories that you have of, oh, well, that person I used to use with. So you just, it's almost like a magnet. It just kind of, you'll just start doing the same things
Right.
you used to do with that person. For me, I have my little list. My triggers are like being without money is a trigger for me. That makes me feel like, oh, well, I need to go do something to make some money. And
Yeah.
I have no reservations about my addiction. I cannot go and try to sell drugs and not do drugs. It just doesn't go together,
Yeah.
And a couple of my other ones are like minimizing my addiction. Oh, it's not a big deal. I'm not really an addict.
Yeah.
Just telling yourself like things that are not real, that are
Yeah.
not true. I am an addict, and I cannot, the one will never be enough, and so I know that. And
So you
another,
can't afford to lie to
no,
yourself.
no, not at all. It's all about being honest, and be, honest, open-mindedness, and that willingness, to come to terms with who you are and what we're battling, on a daily. And another one of mine is not processing my problems, stuffing them problems once again, acting like nothing's wrong, and then I just start dwelling about things, and that just opens up a whole nother door to, allowing my mind to play tricks on me, and just using that as an excuse to use. So for me, what I do when I feel like a trigger is, I'm having triggers or I'm in relapse mode, that thinking is there, that old thinking that, oh, well, one will be fine, For me, I pick up the phone. I call my sponsor. I pick up my tablet. I get on a NA meeting. I surround myself with just recovery support.
Right.
It's major to be able to have that, and have that knowledge, and know what to do and when to do it.
And that's a choice you make.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some people might just indulge with them thoughts, and just run with them, and see there again that, to me, I'm just falling short of the glory of recovery. And so I'm gonna, pick up the phone. My mother asked me one day, what do I do if you're in relapse mode? And I said, listen to me. you know, ask me questions, you know, what's going on? What am I not processing? You know what I mean? Is there something going on that I need to talk about? You know, she just, you know, was trying to reach out to me to know what to do. And she was like, well, do I call 911? No, you don't call 911. You know, you just talk to me, you know. I'm probably just going through some things and I don't want to talk about it, but I probably should.
Yeah.
And so reaching out to that support system that you have is a major thing. Like I know I say the same things over and over again, but that's part of, you know,
Yeah.
recovery and working a program is that repetitive. We got to keep telling ourselves things over and over again because we're, as addicts, as for me, I'm hard-headed. And
Yeah.
so if I don't, you know, keep telling myself the same things over and over again, then, you know, one day I might be like, well, I can do this and this, you know, and expect some different results. And it's all the same, you know, death, institutions, and jail, you know, for us, you know, as addicts, if we ever go back out there.
Yeah. The options aren't really good, are
No,
they?
there's only 3.
Yeah. And none of them is what you really want.
No, that's not appealing to me.
Well, you know, and I've heard you on your computer. I've heard you attending meetings on Zoom on your
Yes.
computer, and occasionally I'll hear a snippet of what the other person is saying, and I'm thinking, wow, that's good advice for anybody,
Right,
not
right,
just addicts,
right,
you know?
right. And you know, the thing with NA and AA fellowship is you're a member when you say you're a member, you know? And the only requirement that they have is that one desire, the desire to not use. It doesn't mean you have to go in there and be clean already. It just means you have to have that desire within to want to be clean. And I think that's such a beautiful thing, you know, because
Yeah.
a lot of things that you have to have membership for, you have to have money, you have to have different requirements, you have to have letters of recommendation.
Yeah.
But the fellowship of NA just says the only requirement they have is that desire, the desire, just that thought to not use or
Yeah.
drink.
Well, and you know, what I commend you for is the fact that not only are you taking your own recovery seriously, but you want to help others do the same
Yes,
thing.
indeed. And I've been taught in, you know, throughout this fellowship and my journey that in order for me to keep what I have to give it away, you know,
Yeah.
and I have to keep giving and I have to keep, you know, sharing what my strengths, hope, and experiences are so I can help another fellow addict, you know, that's still suffering or in the recovery program. And that's important to me because as I'm trying to reach out and help others, even people that are in my life, they help me as well.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, sure, and it makes sense.
Yes.
Well, Jamie, it's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
And we'll see you back here next week.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll be back with a little more your hour. I believe Deborah Lee from At the Market joins us next. Stay with us. Cool.
I do good.
Yeah, you did.
I wasn't even.